Miss Pritzl at the Up and West Library, and I am book talking book 3 of the Powerless series called Fearless by Lauren Roberts. So the final conclusion to the Powerless series, Powerless, Reckless, Fearless. All right, so do not watch this if you have not read the other books because there are spoilers, clearly. All right, romantic fantasy, for those of you who may not know. Our main characters are Peyton and Kai, our romantic leads, but then there's Kai's brother, Kit, who becomes the king at the end of the first book, I guess. And interesting, so we get Peyton and Kai's point of view as we do throughout the other ones, but we also get the point of view sporadically throughout this book of the king who was murdered, Edric. So that is really interesting because you get some history of, I think that really enhanced this book because it's not short, but it was good. It went by really fast. So Peyton, at the end of the second book, Peyton is set to be queen, and this book picks up literally right up where that one ended. But we know that Peyton loves Kai, Kai loves Peyton, and she's now set to marry Kit. So, Kai also loves his brothers. Peyton agrees to this because this is something that's going to help the ordinaries, which she's an ordinary. Kit promises to welcome ordinaries back into the kingdom and stop the persecution of the ordinaries, which is probably the main reason Peyton agrees to do this. But it really comes down to the fact that the ordinaries are needed to save the kingdom, that they've isolated themselves so much. But to make things all exciting is Peyton, as an ordinary, has to prove herself through another set of trials. So that happened in the first book. There were trials. So she has 3 different trials. One is for bravery, one is for benevolence, and one is for brutality. And you got to remember, there are elites out there who do not want her to succeed. So yeah, these trials are a challenge. So one of them is to find a queen's crown from hundreds, if not thousands of years prior, that's been lost. And there's a reason why nobody's found it. Then she's supposed to, through benevolence, she's supposed to travel to another country across a very dangerous ocean and parlay with another country to get them to work with, why can't I think of the name of the country? And then brutality, which ends up being just a fight to the death. And I'm not going to tell anything more than that. So there are new secrets, old and new secrets revealed. I really enjoyed this entire series, and I didn't feel like any of the books were lesser than, because sometimes that happens in a series of books. I recommend, if you have read Powerless or Reckless, you definitely need to finish it off with this. If you haven't read the series but like romantic fantasy, this is one of the best ones within the last few years. So highly recommend it for fans of the series, but also for anybody who likes love triangles and star-crossed lovers, because, there's a lot of that going on in this. All right. Once again, Fearless, Book 3, the final book in the Powerless trilogy by Lauren Roberts. If you are not a fan of romantic fantasy, I will help you find something else to read. Have a fantastic day. Bye.